for being here. First of all, congrats to Coach Gundy and his team. They beat us soundly today. I think that's was easily seen by everybody in this room. It's game's hard, and this league's hard, and what a difference a week makes. We played probably our best football game a week ago, and it was a struggle all day. A field position game that we lost badly. I thought defensively our guys battled even to that last drive. Really proud how they responded and get off the field there. If you look at Oklahoma State's scoring drives, all short fields, and we played good enough to win on defense. I think if you just saw Oklahoma State's stat line, didn't see ours, you'd say, okay, hey, the other team's got a chance. And offensively, they just consumed us. You're going to ask a lot of questions, and I'll try to give you some answers from my standpoint on the field, but they just consumed us. They got us into one-on-one battles up front by a couple different ways. They were getting their front. They played more bare front than they'd shown at any point. They got to a fifth rusher and got our offensive line in one-on-ones, and they just consumed us. TFLs, sacks. I'm not sure we've ever had a game with that many, but too many negative plays, and they won at the line of scrimmage, and that was clear. Special teams, the fumble on the punt was big. Really worried. I think their punter's really good. Y'all heard me talk about it. He's hard to catch because he kicks it all over the field. Credit to them. I think he may have pinned. It's either 3 or 4 inside the 10, and we could never get the field back flipped. Whether it was in the second quarter or in the second half, we just last 3 quarters we just never could get the ball flipped. Couldn't get first downs offensively. Couldn't get a punt that would put them on the other side of the 50. We had one drive there, and we got a late hit, which I'm not so sure about. But they were clearly better than us today, and Mike and his crew's done a really good job for an extended period of time. They were able to not allow negative plays on their end for the most part, even though we were able to get some pressure on the quarterback. And they took advantage of the mistakes. I thought big play in the game early is a sudden change. It was Garrett's turn to go in, and the fumble where we lost field position and an opportunity to score there. That was a big play too. So, but not good enough. They outplayed us, and then we've got to rebound and get it together here for the final 3 weeks. Questions?
So Neal, first drive goes well. Almost half your yards are, come from that drive. What was going right there, and what did they adjust? What was it that you couldn't continue with after that?
Yeah, we hit the big screen play on the first drive. And we got it down there. I think they had either 1 or 2 penalties in that drive that contributed to that success too. And then we weren't able to convert there on a 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2. They blitzed us right into it, and I don't think we blocked it correctly. But after that, you're right, Greg, tough sledding. And if it goes, they played us more man coverage today than they have at any point, and that's probably due to the success that they'd had in the past versus us. That's what I'm going to attribute it to. And like I said, they got us in one-on-ones more so than they've done on video. Credit to them out front. Whether slanting their 4 and bringing a 5th rusher, getting offensive line in one-on-one situations, or lining up with 2 linebackers mugged down on the guards and getting us in one, and then playing some games. And we had a really tough time with it.
You had to expect them to run Spencer Sanders as much as they did. He had a couple critical pickups, and it seemed like that kind of got them going a little bit.
It got them going a little bit. That's kind of what they do, especially in short yardage situations. We were trying to get him in a situation where he would pull the ball, and we felt like a couple times we had some guys that were edge defenders kind of got nosy and stuck their eyes inside, and he was able to get outside. But part of the plan was we wanted him to pull the ball, and we would have a hat there for him. And but he did. He made some plays. The screen was, I think, his only turnover. But I thought he ran the ball well. I thought they got us into some formation into boundary stuff and big sets, and they got us into one-on-ones. You know, and what happens is they get big, and Jalen Warren is such a really running back, and so they get you where you got to load the box. And they were able to hit hit a couple goal line fades on us, and then in the third quarter there, they were able to put some people in the box and get some one-on-ones to the field. I think they hit 2 big third downs with formation in the boundary with a single to the field.
The sacks could be a number of things. I get that, but was it trying to just get something going big? Like the first couple plays of the game looked like you were trying to shoot the moon a little bit going deep, and then that contributes to him getting caught with the ball, and maybe stuff didn't open up, and that's how it happens.
Yeah, and so we went in, knowing first of all, it's not a great matchup for us, offense defense. Okay, it's just not kind of where they're strong. So we knew going in the game, it's one of those games that hey, matchups aren't great, right? So we felt like that we were going to have to take some shot plays because it was going to be tough to really drive the field versus these guys. Nobody's done it all year. Even the game they lost against Iowa State really didn't move the ball. They hit some big plays, and so tried to open the game up with a shot play, and they covered us. And they do a good job in their man coverage, being really physical, and it's not going to get called, so I don't blame them. And then a couple in the second quarter there, we tried a couple more. They got to us quickly. First drive of the second half, we had a couple first downs there, and then on the second and 8, called another play trying to get Bryce singled up, and they beat us on a twist. So it's one of those high risk, high reward kind of deals, and we rolled the dice a few times, and they won. I think they won every time. I don't think we hit a shot play.
Is the matchup such that whatever counters or adjustments you would make off of that, you're going to be limited on?
Yeah, the problem is they're big and strong up front, and they're multiple in their fronts, and so and here's the deal. Now, we struggled more so than most, but nobody's done much offensively against them. If you can look at all the stats down the list, and nobody's done a whole lot versus them. That's a credit to them. They got really good players. They got really good players that are experience and talent. So credit to them. So the issue with us is they are really strong at end, and then Rodriguez is a good blitzer, and they can mix up their coverages. And they played enough man that made it hard on us. And this is the first game that man coverage has really affected us.
Injury-wise, Isdale, I guess, coming in.
Yeah, Isdale was out. Bryce Wheaton didn't practice all week until yesterday. Dante's banged up. He didn't practice all week. We're the TCU game and the Iowa State game were really physical games. We knew this one was too. We're not a deep team. I think, and that's not me making excuses. It's just, it is what it is. We're not a deep team, and those 2 games wore on us. I wasn't blind to it coming in. I knew it. We tried to take care of them in practice. I thought defensively we answered the bell, and offensively I don't think we played well. We didn't play particularly well, but they had a lot to do with it. From a scheme standpoint and just winning one-on-ones, they made it really tough on us.
I feel like you just struggled to get anything even started at times, first down.
Yeah, yeah, you watched it. You watch it, and I promise you, it's about 10 times worse when you're trying to figure it out. It's just, and you go back and what you do is you evaluate. We had some things coming out in the second half that we got to drive going, and then they beat us. It's hard to. It's hard to trick that style of defense because they do a good job keeping their edges. They always have edges. And again, credit to them. They're really good schematically. They got good schematic answers. They got older, talented players. You know what I mean? And so, but we didn't play well. but it was an uphill climb to get started, you know. And I think if you go back, and I don't have that in front of me, I won't be able to get it till tomorrow. But we lost the game on first downs, you know, drive starters and first downs. My assumption is that we were very, very poor on that, and you know, we couldn't get a run game going, and that's if you get into a field position game, which that was because we were playing good defense, and you can't get your run game going. It makes it hard. It makes it hard because you put yourself when you got to throw it, you know, it puts yourself at a disadvantage if you're getting pressure, which we had today.
Okay, anything else for Coach?
All right.
All right, thank you very much.
Yep.